Hello internet world, welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. This one's a little bit different for you today. HANNspree very kindly sent me in one of their latest portable touchscreen monitors. This is like the sleeve that goes on the box, and it's a 15.6 inch portable monitor that also has touch features as well, so it's touch capable. If you're running this on a compatible system, you can actually interact with the screen, and this is great for giving you a secondary display for something like a laptop. And I've got it connected up to my laptop now. Just off screen here is my MacBook Pro, and this is a little portable touchscreen monitor. The model number is the HT161CGB. It's 15.6 inches. It offers up a full HD resolution 16:9 format, 220 CDM brightness. It seems to go brighter than that though, and an 800 to 1 or 10 million to 1 stroke 800 to 1 contrast ratio. It's also got a really good viewing angle, 170-degree viewing angle, and two little speakers in it as well. It comes with a really nice case. I'll show you that in action very shortly, but I just wanted to show you the screen first of all. It's standing up on its sort of case. The case is pretty good. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and also just one thing to note, and I will show you this in a moment, the control system is a little joystick for going through the menus. I've got this at around about half brightness at the moment. The joystick is very difficult to get to whilst it's in the case. It's recessed and it's difficult to navigate through the menu, so I sort of have to pull it out of the case to do the menu settings and then put it back in the case for it to be in use. But it's a nice case overall. Let's show you just what the display looks like, and then I'm going to give you a closer look. So I've got a couple of photos here loaded onto the screen. If I can just get my cursor onto the screen, here we go. And I just want to show you these. It's a really nice colour on the screen. Actually, let's remove it from the case to give you a real close-up look. Let's just go back onto that photo for you. There we go. So I'll give you a real close look at this. Excuse my studio lights glaring on the screen there. It is a hard gloss screen on here, 15.6 inches, really nice viewing angles. The colour shift is there, you know, it does shift a little bit, but very good viewing angles and a really nice colour on this. Just trying to avoid that, there we go, avoid that studio light for you. Very crisp, very nice display. Really good indeed. I will give you a look at that menu system very shortly as well. Let's just show you another photo that takes up a little bit more of the screen. Just look at the colours and the detail. It is really extremely impressive for such a thin portable display. Now on the side here we have got HDMI and two USB-Cs. Also I think it's a headphone output on the bottom there. I haven't used that, but I think it is a headphone output. Two little speakers built in. Very thin screen, as you can see. A little bit thicker at the bottom than the top half. And then if I show you around the back, you can see that little tiny menu button. And you push the menu button and the menu appears in that bottom corner. And you can navigate through that and change your colour settings, brightness, contrast, etc. There's also a view mode with some presets for game, movie, web, text and standard. So there's some presets in there as well. And if I go across to colour adjust, you can see you can do contrast, brightness, colour temperature, colour space and colour range. So really nice sort of menu settings. I can go down into that. Let me just show you this. So there's all of the various colour settings and colour spaces you can go into as well. It's a little bit tricky to do. There's a YUV mode, also an RGB mode, and colour range. You can have full range or limited range on there as well. Of course, you can also do a manual image adjust. Let's just go up to that. So you can do a sharpness, aspect ratio and overscan settings in the manual image adjust. Let's just see if I can do this whilst it's on camera. And then you can go across and navigate through the various menus. Very nicely laid out, but as I say, it's just a little bit tricky to get to that tiny little button when it's in the case. Let's just go back onto this photo again. Go onto this one. This is a really nice photo. It really does show up the colours on this monitor beautifully. And if you envisaged that you're using this in the stand, and it just goes back in the stand like that, very, very simple. If you envisage you're using this side by side, so for example, I'd have my laptop sitting next to it like so, you've got this extended display. In fact, the portable monitor in this case is larger than the laptop I'm using, because that's a 13-inch MacBook Pro. But if you're using a 15-inch laptop, this would pretty much match it. That would be a really good match. Or something like the 16.1-inch MacBook Pro, or 16-inch MacBook Pro I should say. This would be a really good match for that, because they're almost the same size displays. Really good colour rendition on this though, and very good viewing angles, and that full HD resolution. Now of note, you do get the USB-C cable, so I've got a USB-C cable just here. I will unplug this in a moment and show you how the case folds up. But you've got USB-C to USB-C cable, and it's a single cable connection I'm using into my MacBook Pro. You also get a USB-C to USB-A connector. I'm pretty sure you'd use that if you just want more power going to the monitor. And you also get an HDMI cable inside the box as well. So 3 cables inside the box, no external power supply. It just powers it through the USB-C. Really extremely good indeed. John Bushell, so that would be from an iPad Pro. Sort of. I sort of get what you're saying, but no, this is connected to a MacBook Pro at the moment. So anyway, let's just close that down. Let's pull the cable so you can see it powers off. So it's a single cable connection that was going to that monitor, and it folds up really easily. So you've got this front flap that goes across the front of the monitor, so now that's protected. And then if we take a look around the back, this is how it's standing up. So this is the back section of the case, and you simply pull this up and that section folds like so. So you pull this up to the front of the monitor, sorry, to the top of the monitor like that, and then this flap goes over and adheres to the front. It's like a magnetic flap. You can see what I mean about that button in there being recessed. You can just about get to it, but it's very, very tricky to get to that once it's in the case. And if I show you that angle there, you can see that the bottom of the monitor is just on this little plastic holder that's built into the case. But it's a really nice folding mechanism, really nice indeed. You sort of just push this out like so, fold it down, and then that acts as the stand. And then of course it folds up like that. Really nicely done. Very, very good portable monitor. So let's have a look inside the live chat. We've got John, of course. Hello to you, John. Thanks for tuning in live. Also Justin Cinema, good morning to you. Marlenia Mosley, how does that compare to a tablet? Well, it's obviously a lot bigger than a tablet, because this is 15.6 inches. The largest iPad Pro is 12.9 inches, so a lot bigger. The touch controls I haven't used yet. But I've got a colleague of mine that tested this on a Windows system. Touch controls were really good. Midnight Coffee Addictions, good evening from Australia. Hope you're doing okay over there. This looks very cool. Thank you very much for tuning in and letting me know where you're watching from. So that is it for this review. I think this is a really nice portable monitor. As I mentioned before, on the side there, let's just give you a look at the connections there. So we have got all of the connections there. We've got HDMI, the 2 USB-Cs as well. Very, very cool indeed. I'm pretty sure that is a headphone port there. I should have checked that before, but I haven't used this port. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've just been using this as a display. Not interested in audio at all. All of my work is productivity work. Any more questions? John Bushell, sorry, meant to say, would it work from an iPad Pro? It probably would, with the right sort of connector. If you could come out of your iPad Pro into an HDMI connector, you probably could extend your iPad display onto here with the right adapter. That should be possible. Very, very good monitor. Really pleased with it. Love the case as well. This is from HANNspree, of course, and I urge you to check it out. The details of this are down in the video description. There's a link to the HANNspree website. There's also links down there to where you can actually purchase this product for yourself. and as I said earlier, the model number is on there. It's the HT161CGB. There is also another version, very similar model number, that's non-touch. So if you don't need the touch features, you can buy one without the touch features. There's a little bit of difference in price. So that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. I've got another video coming up this morning as well, so do tune in for that. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Thanks very much. I'll see you in another video very, very soon.